Okay, you got this in the mail. What do? Well, the first thing is stop speeding. The second thing is pay the fine because you likely were speeding. But wait, you do have the right to understand the fine and question any discrepancies. Let's look at it a little closer. There are two sections to consider if you're unsure or confused as to how and why you received the fine. The first is the time lapse between the day of the speeding incident and the day the fine was issued. And the second is understanding the difference between alleged speed and the detected speed. What you will notice with the time lapse between the day of the speeding incident and the day the fine was issued is that it is extensive. In this particular case, it is 45 days. This is a problem because most people cannot remember where they were traveling to at the time they were said to be speeding, and certainly not remember how fast they were going. So after 45 days, this is usually a big shock, especially if you were not deliberately speeding in your belief that you were doing the correct speed limit. Also, if you have a dash cam in your car, after 45 days it can no longer help you figure things out, as it has long since already recorded over those past clips, which is crucial, as most dash cams have GPS for location tracking and show the GPS coordinates and also the speed of travel. Now to the difference between alleged speed and the detected speed. In Western Australia and many other jurisdictions, speed cameras have a margin of error or tolerance applied to account for potential inaccuracies in measurement. The detected speed, 89 kilometers per hour, is what the camera recorded, but the alleged speed, 87 kilometers per hour, might reflect an adjustment made to give the driver the benefit of the doubt, often a small reduction, e.g., 2 kilometers per hour, to account for possible equipment error or legal fairness. The offense is then based on the alleged speed, but the category of the offense, not more than 9 kilometers per hour, is determined by the range the detected speed falls into. We need to note something that should not be a concern, but definitely is. They actually are speed camera personnel that position themselves in extremely unfair locations for the sole purpose of targeting drivers who honestly believe they are not speeding. These individuals take some kind of twisted happiness in knowing they are giving someone discomfort, even when they will never see the result of their bad intentions. It is just some kind of personal self-serving perverse satisfaction. Take this case. When this person was simply driving his HSV Club Sport on a dual-lane highway with minimal buildings either side and no speed limit signage. He gets a speeding fine for doing 62 in a 50 zone, thinking he was honestly in a 60 zone. Attempting to fight speeding and parking fines consumes a lot of time and energy, not to mention small amounts of money here and there, which likely add up to more than the fine itself. One idea is, if you think you have been photographed by a speeding camera, is not to pull over and beat up the camera operator, but rather download the relevant footage from your dash cam. Not only will it have your GPS coordinates and speed you were doing, but it will also show if there was any speed limit signage before you passed the camera. Parking tickets are a little different, and are actually easy to prove you were unfairly fined, as you can simply photograph the location as evidence. In fact, we ourselves have proven several parking tickets were issued without cause. However, again, this does not make up for the time and energy and money lost in fighting it, but it does give you a sense of empowerment. The last resort is drive everywhere doing 20 kilometers under the speed limit like everyone else does and clog up the entire roadway system until road rage is the norm everywhere. So, okay, that's your speeding fine. If you like it when people slow down through traffic lights when they are green, causing you to miss them while they get to amble through, then click like and subscribe, and keep your cool out there on the roads.